Okay, welcome back to another video, and I thought I would do a collection video this time and maybe do something not quite game related, something a little bit different. So I thought I'd do something retro and obscure and show my HD DVD collection, which has gone the way of Betamax and whatnot, but there's a link to games. So the machine that I used to play these on is the Xbox 360 HD DVD drive, which unfortunately I paid full price for. I paid about 100 quid for it in about 2007, and then they dropped them down to about 25 quid with 3 films, so I bought a couple of these just so I've got some backups. But unfortunately this unit and the other ones that I've got, they used to play fine on my original 360, and when that broke and I bought an Elite model, they don't play quite as well, and I'm not sure why. I don't know if it's a driver issue or whether they clock the GPU or the CPU down, but the video tends to stutter now and again, and I won't say it wrecks the quality of the image, but it's not quite as good as it could be. So I'm not sure if anyone else has found that or whether that happens with the slim models. I suppose there's not many people using HD DVD with the slim model, so that's probably why. Anyway, so we'll start with Blade Runner. I really like Blade Runner. This is a Ridley Scott film, and it's the final cut, which is the one that came out in 2007. And it's got a good second disc with some extra documentary features like that. It's a shame that it doesn't include all the DVD cuts, because there were about 5 different DVDs that came out in a box with different cuts, like the work print cut and the original and the original director's cut. But there's only one version on this, which is a bit of a missed opportunity, but it's a really, really good film. John Carpenter's The Thing. So here's the thing with HD DVD. Forget your Blu-ray, this is the look and sound of perfect. It's not 1080p, it's perfect. So there you go, it says it on the box. But yeah, The Thing, really, really good film. I do like John Carpenter films, and this was his golden age. The Fog, The Thing, Big Trouble in Little China, and Halloween. Those films, brilliant. The Prestige. This is it's kind of like a mystery film. It's about magic and these 2 magicians that try and compete with each other, and there's a little bit of science versus magic in there. It's well recommended. Black Rain, another Ridley Scott film, set in Japan for the majority of it. So it's kind of like another, well, it's a murder mystery, but I don't want to say any more because it might give some of the plot away. But it's a very good film if you like an intelligent kind of multicultural thriller. This is not a film, this is a music DVD, or HD DVD. This is Yes Live at Montreux 2003. Really good performance. It was the last one that they did with John Anderson and Rick Wakeman before they got Benoit David and Oliver Wakeman and what's his name? Jeff Downs from the Buggles and Asia in there. But yeah, really good performance. Batman Begins. This is the one that I prefer out of the 3 Batman films. I think this is a really good story, and it keeps you thinking all the way through. It's a good film. Superman the movie, the original Richard Donner version. What can you say about Superman? It's really good. And this one, I don't know if this came out in any other format. This is the Richard Donner cut. So when Superman was filmed, both films were filmed at the same time, but Richard Donner left for some reason, and most of Superman 2 got reshot. But with this, it has about 80%, I forget the figure, it's about 80-90% of the original footage in there, so this is Superman 2 as it should have been originally. The other 2 I don't have. I don't know if they came out on HD DVD rather. Superman Returns. This was a more recent one. It's not Man of Steel. It's a few years before that. Some people like it, some people don't. I quite enjoyed it. Full Metal Jacket, Stanley Kubrick. Yeah, I really like Stanley Kubrick films. I think there's some really good films that he's made, and this is one of them. Clockwork Orange. This was one that I'd never seen before. despite watching a lot of other Stanley Kubrick films and hearing a lot about it, so there was a lot to live up to. And I've only ever seen this once, but I quite enjoyed it. Okay, so next pile, shift that out of the way. American Werewolf in London. It's a comedy, it's a thriller, it's set in the UK, and I think there's a bit that's set in North Yorkshire, or yeah, probably North Yorkshire at the beginning. Really good film. Chronicles of Riddick. I don't think I've ever watched this on HD DVD. I watched it once, I think it was at the cinema when it first came out, and it's okay. It's a bit like the original Riddick in a way, but it doesn't have anything to do with that original film other than the character. Ocean's 11. A lot of these films I got quite cheap, and this was one that I saw in a cash converters once for I think like £1 or £2. I'd never seen this before and I didn't know what to make of it, and I quite enjoyed it, so I watched that and then bought the sequel, which is a little bit odd. The first one and the third one stick to a similar formula, but I found Ocean's 12 a little bit different. It's kind of grander scale, but different anyway. V for Vendetta. This is a really, really good film. I'm not sure who directed it. Oh no, it's the people from, yeah, the two directors from The Matrix. Yeah, it's a good film. The Big Lebowski, with a Game Station sticker on it. This is a really good film, and the whole, the box kind of hints at it. It's about this guy who tries to get his rug back. I think it's an Afghan rug, and it's just, yeah, it's kind of about these two kind of, are they bums or delinquents? I'm not sure what the word would be, but it's odd. It's, yeah, I think, are they stoned? Yeah, they are stoners as well. You've got to watch it, it's a good film. Red Dragon, this is the prequel to The Silence of the Lambs. I preferred this a lot more than Hannibal, which is a Ridley Scott film. I didn't enjoy that one quite as much, but this I thought was a much better film, and this comes out, I think came out, I think only about like a year after Hannibal, so that was made really quickly. Army of Darkness, this is the third one in the series. Not everyone likes this. It's third in the Evil Dead series. Some people prefer the second one, some people don't like this one as much. I thought it was okay. I don't say it's dated, it hasn't. It's kind of dodgy B-movie territory, but it's a good film. Last Samurai, I really like this. I'm not sure how historically accurate it is, but I think visually it's a really good film. Dragonheart, this was one that I bought kind of on a whim. It's okay. I usually like fantasy films, but it's got Sean Connery as the voice of the dragon, and that's okay, but slightly dodgy CG in it. It kind of shows its age. Constantine, I quite like this. I've only seen it once or twice, but it's about this guy. Is he a priest? I forget it, but he can go into hell by having a cat and putting his one foot in some water, if I remember correctly, and he has to go and rescue this person. And yeah, it's not the most deep of films, but it's not bad. It's worth a watch. Okay, so second to last pile, we've got Stardust. This is by Michael Gaiman. Is it Michael Gaiman? Neil Gaiman, rather. Yeah, very odd film. It's kind of like a fantasy film, but slightly. It's kind of like a comedy fantasy at the same time. This is an American release, so if you took, say, a British release, they're slightly thicker. Whereas an American release, you obviously haven't got your stickers on them. But one really good thing about the HD DVD format was that they were region free. And I preferred, at the time, I preferred it to Blu-ray because there were a lot of features that Blu-ray didn't support until later on. I think HD DVD, when it was out, was slightly more advanced than Blu-ray, despite having a slightly smaller disc. But a lot of the features got patched into the Blu-ray standard, like bookmarking and things like that. The Invasion, Daniel Craig. This is quite good. It's not exactly original material, but it's all about this biological invasion, and I can't remember too much about it other than it's something about you can't sleep because this virus gets you in your sleep, so you must stay awake. Turtles, I need to get the stickers off this. This was from, was it Cash Converters? No, Computer Exchange. Yeah, I got this quite recently. This is quite a good film. I didn't know what to make of it, because this is really the first Turtles film for a long, long time. And it's really good. It's CG animated. Serenity. This is the film kind of sequel to the Firefly series. It's when it came out, I really enjoyed it, but I think Firefly and Serenity have maybe dated a little bit. I don't really watch that very much now. Swordfish, I've only ever seen this once. This was about kind of like a hacking espionage thriller. So, not too much I can say about that, other than I did enjoy it. King Kong, Peter Jackson, very good film. 300, really enjoyed this, and there's a sequel to this out in the last few weeks. I haven't seen that yet, but I really enjoy this. It's very kind of stylized. It's like a comic book, like a high quality comic, and if I remember correctly, everything you see other than the characters is CG, so it's very stylized. And then Apollo 13, which is the 1995 film. It's a good film. Okay, so the last pile, we've got The Island, which is, it's kind of hard to describe without giving the plot away. It's very much a Philip K. Dick style plot, if you know who Philip K. Dick is. Yeah, very good film. Lethal Weapon, I haven't got the second one on HDVD, just the first one. Good film. Children of Men, this is kind of a post-apocalyptic survival film. Really good film. I think it's British as well. Yeah, good film. American Gangster. I haven't watched this all the way through. I watched about half of it, and I need to get back to watching the second half. It's a Ridley Scott film that he, I think, rescued during, I think it was halfway through production, so he came to finish the film. I really enjoyed that from what I saw of it. The Mummy Uncut, I'm not sure what the difference is to the original version, but yeah, The Mummy. The Mummy Returns, which, yeah, you'll know what that is by now. Have I got these in the right order? There's the Bourne Identity, so this will be an American copy again. It's kind of like a Bond film when there weren't too many Bond films coming out, but a little bit more complex, maybe too complex. The Bourne Ultimatum, which I think is the third one, and the Bourne Supremacy, which is the second one. So two of these are American, and one of these is British. The thing you get on this one is some of them had this combo format. So you get a disc which has got two sides to it. So one is a DVD, one is an HD DVD. And there was a lot of politics with the HD DVD standard, and I think Warner proposed one side that was Blu-ray, one was HD DVD, but that was going to cost way too much to manufacture. Fast and the Furious, good film. Hot Fuzz, Simon Pegg, Nick Frost. I think I prefer this one out of the Cornetto trilogy. The new one came out last year, and it's not too bad. It's not as good as the others, I don't think. Bruce Lee, Enter the Dragon, classic film. And the last one is Heroes, the box set. So I've got actually I haven't got Series 4, I've got 2 and 3 on Blu-ray, but this is my favourite one, and it's on HD DVD, so it has the look and sound of Perfect. Yeah, really good series. Right, I think I'll leave it there. That's the end of my collection, so hopefully there's something that you haven't seen here very much before. So I really like HD DVD, and I invested quite a lot in a collection, a number of years ago, and I've just been picking them up here and there ever since. And it's just a shame that with the current Xbox 360 that I've got, it's got this slight stutter in it. So maybe one day, if the slimline versions have somehow corrected that, I'm not sure. I don't think it was a priority for Microsoft at the time. Maybe if the slimline versions corrected that stutter problem, I might just get one of those cheap. But I'm certainly not going to try and get an original Xbox 360 cheap, because they'll have all been knackered by now and they haven't got the HDMI slot. So at the moment I'm stuck with a 360 Elite with a slight stutter on the video, which is, you know, is watchable, but not the look and sound of perfect. So thanks for watching.